Hey all, Coldfire here, and this is gonna be a quick react of me reading the patch notes. I hope you guys enjoy this video as well as I will probably enjoy doing it. So I haven't read pretty much anything other than the first line that already got me okay, that's something not right about this. But alright, let's go, let's get into it. Alright, plant balance changes, mass testing. Alright. Sounds like fair. That's a very pretty vehicle right there, an arc build with some thunderbolts on top. That's a really good looking picture. So soon we're planning to release the promised balance update. We carefully reviewed your feedback. Alright, of course we did. Check it out, whatever. We remind that the new feature described in the developer blog are not final and whatever. Okay, so everything here can be changed. And this is where I decided to make a react video about this update. Common rarity, machine gun, short, damage reduced by 10%. Alright, why? God. Oh my god. I know this is not new, because this is the second pass on this whole update thing. And for some reason the cord is OP. I don't know, maybe the Hornet is next on the line, because machine guns are so broken right now. Man, they really need a nerf. There's not even a comment about this, so whatever, let's keep going. Okay, for rare parts, in terms of the rare parts, we would like to note that the changes, whatever, new special rarity, we gathered enough information since was added, and it's quite different from each other in terms of effectiveness, and it should be. Alright, so basically they're proud of their work. In general, the PS of all rare weapons will be reduced by 13%, which is really good. Well done, that's a good change. Good change on the right direction. The missile Wasp, alright. Damage reduced by 7%. Okay, that's fair, I guess. Wasp is a really powerful weapon. The cannon Judge 76mm is nerfed by 5% of damage. Little Boy nerfed. Reload speed. Autocannon Rapier damage nerf. Okay, a little bit less nerf, but still a nerf. And a nerf to durability. Why? Come on, the Rapier is already too... It's not... whatever. The P23 Defender damage reduced. Why are nerfing machine guns? For real. Oh jeez. Why are you buffing fixed cannons while nerfing machine guns? For real. Why? Nerf on the Vector. Nerf on Spitfire. Nerf on the Sledgehammer. I mean, this... No, I know, I just don't agree with this. I really don't agree with this, but whatever. Special rarity. All PS decreased by 7%, so what they're doing, they're trying to increase the gap, so they're lowering the rares and special and raising epic and everything above. So that is a good change, because it helps a little bit at creating a more balanced matchmaking. Even though the problems of matchmaking is not power score, is the lack of players, but that's a whole nother story. Alright, so gunshot damage decreased, so they're nerfing the increased. Wow, they're really buffing the fixed cannons, because no one used fixed cannons, right? Like, this is not OP enough. And they're improving the perk, so they're double buffing. They nerfing the turret cannons, because they're already bad, and you should probably nerf it a little bit more, because fixed cannons are so much better than turret cannons, because they have a much lower projectile drop, they're much more accurate, the bullet flies faster, and they hit about the same damage. I mean, the turret cannons are stronger, but I don't know, I just don't understand this. Okay, autocannon, nerf on autocannon, nerf on machine gun, buff on Emily. I think this is the 7th buff in a row, maybe the 8th, I don't know, and it's probably still garbage. But yeah, I guess. Come on, Emily needs a bigger magazine. A much bigger, like 100 bullets magazine, maybe, to be viable. Shotgun Goblin, damage damage reduction. I think this is the 20th nerf in a row on the Goblin. I know it used to be so OP broken, but it was not the Goblin's fault, in my opinion. It was the Goliath sandwich concept that's still a big problem on low power score, especially with porcupines. Like the guy put cabin, frame, porcupine, Goliath, and that's it. That's his whole build. And this is still a problem in low power score brackets. So I don't understand the nerf on the Goblin again, but whatever. The Shotgun Junk Bow, damage increased. Yeah, the Junk Bow used to be the most OP weapon based on the power score a long time ago, and they nerfed, and now they're giving it back some love. Shotgun Mace, damage reduced, alright. A little increase of health to the Piercer. Synthesis, damage increase. This is probably to bring it a little bit closer to the other ones, I guess. Little nerf on the Boomstick. Okay, Epic. Power score of Epic have been reduced by 7% as well. Why? Okay, that was weird. I thought they would raise the power score of Epics, but maybe on the Legendary. Let's wait for the Legendaries, right? Cricket Launcher, rate of fire reduced by 22%. Wow, I really didn't see that coming. Missile blast radius reduced by 10%. Okay, this is a solid nerf technically, because a reduction of fire rate by 22% equals to a reduction of DPS of 22%. But the problem of the Cricket is not the sustained damage at all, like nowhere near that. That's not the problem. The problem is the alpha damage, especially because of the perk at super long distance, because the guys just spray and pray, and some like one tiny little missile hits you from like 400 meters away by chance, and your whole build is destroyed. You lose like all your weapons and everything, and this is way too powerful. But fire rate was never the problem. The Cricket is already a very slow firing weapon, and let's talk about Clone Wars. People use them on hovers. You'll never see a Cricket build whatsoever in any other type of movement parts. And changing rate of fire for hovers don't help at all, like whatsoever. Because most of the hover gameplay mechanics is like the peekaboo, cheeky shots, like get into cover, get outside of cover, shoot, get a cover, reload, and repeat. So I don't know. I don't see how this nerf would help anything whatsoever. The missile blast radius reduced by 10%. It is a solid nerf, but I still don't think the blast damage is what it's causing this weapon to be OP. It's the alpha damage that is so high, so absolutely crazy broken high. And it might not be that OP at lower power score brackets, because all the vehicles are smaller, like much smaller, and you won't notice that much of damage output because the missiles they like spread a lot and only a handful of them will hit the target. But when you're playing Clone Wars, all the builds are huge because they need the HP pool. Power score is irrelevant for Clone Wars, so you can stack as many armor pieces you want. And the builds also are relatively slower, so they're almost impossible to dodge. So when a Cricket guy locks you on and he fires, it's gonna deal at least 2,000, 3,000 damage easily to a Clone Wars build, like really easily. And it will shred everything, spaced armor, whatever, because the missiles will all land at different times and will obliterate the builds. So this is the main issue of the Cricket, in my opinion, for the higher power score lobby. The effectiveness should reflect of an epic weapon. And right now, Cricket is like legendary to relic grade for Clone Wars. I know a lot of people that have relic weapons, but prefer to use the Cricket on the Clone Wars. So what's the deal? I mean, it's clearly out of place here. I'm not saying that this should not be a weapon that behaves like the Cricket, but if there was such a weapon, it should be legendary or relic weapon, not an epic. But when you go to the epic lobby, like lower power score, the Cricket is probably balanced enough because of the smaller builds, but they need to tweak something. Maybe make it do less damage, but more tighter spread to make them more accurate, but reduce the damage significantly. So it will keep the same efficiency at lower power score, but reduce the efficiency at higher power score. That is my idea. Leave in the comments what you think about the Cricket and how it should behave. Because this nerf only affects the low power score and makes absolutely nothing for the high power score. Missile Locust damage reduction by 7%, so it's pretty much just like the Wasp. Cannon Executioner 88mm, a decent buff to more ammo, so you need less ammo boxes. Improve the perk, so now it pierces even more armor. So another buff to fixed cannons and another nerf to turret cannons. I really don't understand, because for me the turret cannons are so much worse than the fixed ones. Another nerf to a autocannons, of course, because why not? Everybody who uses a autocannons, everybody use them, everybody. They're so OP. Increase on this weapon, I think it's fair, I guess, because it's not a very popular one. Incinerator, they buffed it's called the calcination damage. When there's a fire puddle and you sit on the fire puddle, you start building up heat. This is called the calcination damage on Crossout, so they increase the calcination rate. Okay, massive buff on the spike. I am okay with this buff, but I don't understand why the Phoenix didn't have this buff, because the Phoenix have a really slow projectile and it could receive some love. Alright, the impulse rate of fire reduced, so 10% less DPS and ammunition increased. This is a good change, because I always felt like I was running out of ammo really soon, but the beef I have with the impulse is that it uses both ammo and radiators, and I don't think that is a good design. In my opinion, the weapon should either be hit based, reload based, or ammo based. It should not be a mix of those. So I don't like. For me, you either remove the ammo necessity, so you don't need ammo boxes, or you remove the hit mechanics. So what I will do with the Geo Impulse, I will maybe reduce the rate of fire and make it fire constantly without the need of recharging. This is what I will do with this weapon. It will make more constant, more reliable, and more usable. Another nerf for autocannons, of course, and a little buff for the HP on the Spectre. Part hitting speed increased by 25%, so another calcination buff for the trigger. Shotgun Thunderbolt, a little bit of buff on durability and damage, that's sort of fair. Fafnir, okay, that's a good change, so the perk is more efficient and at lower speeds. Homing Missile Pyre, from Missile Explosion increase. Okay, they were buffing of 15% the damage, the explosion damage. Now they're buffing only by 5%. However, the missile is still very mobile. So yeah, double buff on the mobility of the missile, which I don't think is a good thing. I think they should be less mobile, so the user need to be smarter, not dumber. But well, guess I'm not a Crossout developer. Missile Fluid, they reduced the impulse, that's a good thing. Damage from mission. Okay, they buffed it, they nerfed even more the flute, so it's even worse now. Which I think is a good thing, because the flute is in a very powerful place right now. It is a bit of a dick move, because they sell the pack, the weapon is OP, then they nerf it, so just so sick, tired of this behavior. But well, Mine Layer King, Mine Explosion with alright, another nerf for a pack exclusive weapon. So this is so classic because they really release something that is OP, then they nerf it after they milked enough money. Sorry for being like such a dickhead, but that's just how it is. Sorry, it's just how it is. Chainsaw Mauler, damage increased by 40 freaking percent. Wow, 40%, 40 whole percent. Increased hitbox, so it's more damage, like more area of damage. Durability increased. Okay, little weight increase, so 3 buffs and 1 small nerf. Now the perk increases the damage. So 4 nerfs, so damage, so 4 buffs, so damage buff with damage buff, so double damage buff. And energy consumption, okay. Why do you have to ruin everything? Alright, so this is no, oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, so basically they increased the energy consumption by 50% and gave it a trade-off of damage increased by 40. So that is a net reduction on the output damage for 10%. So you lose damage, you lose redundancy, you lose hit points because now you can use less of them. So each one have a little bit more HP, but you're gonna have less of them. Alright, so this is a nerf overall. And apparently the same thing goes for the Lacerator. So, oh god. Okay, I don't think anyone uses pretty much those anyway, but alright, I guess. Shotgun Artron initial project impact impulse increase, so okay, optimal pellet damage increase, that is good because those shotguns are so close range. And maximum pellet damage distance increased by 7%, so they're giving a decent buff on range and on impulse. That's good, okay, I think, I like it. Okay, they are buffing the real before people even have it. Nice. So it's more damage and more hit points. Lancelot nerfed by 7%. Expanded ammo pack, less durability. I like this. I like things when they explode. I like boom boom boom. I like it. Now the parts receive 15% more damage from explosions, so that is extra dangerous. And if we go back here, we have more penetration for the fixed cannons. So that means that bye-bye your stupid ammo boxes. Where is it? Ammo box, expanded ammo pack. So this becomes way more dangerous. Don't forget that the Incinerator also got a calcination buff, so that will make this thing detonate even faster, like way faster. I think it's a good trade-off. I like it. I like the risk. Like you want more ammo? Okay, you're a exploding nuclear bomb on your passenger seat. I like it. Engine Colossus durability reduced. Okay, I don't understand this, but it's probably because a lot of hovers were exploiting it by placing the engine on the front to protect the hovers. But I guess that's the reason. Engine Cheetah, now every 100 meters travel, reduce the remaining cooldown of models, turrets and drones by 15%. So that is a big nerf to the Cheetah. Because it used to, with 5 cycles of the Cheetah, you fully recharge anything. So 500 meters for a full recharge. And so roughly 400 meters because the module will be already recharging. So this is a really big nerf actually. Because now instead of 500 meters, you need how many? So you're gonna need 100 divided by 15. So you're gonna need 600 plus meters to fully charge a module. So that is a big nerf. Goliath tracks, PS increased. That's a good change. I don't think it fixes. It needs to be way more than that. Mechanical lag, power score, massive power score increase, 100 points. Mechanical lag, big run, mass reduced. That's good because the tonnage, the net tonnage was only 1100. Now it's 1300 kilograms of net tonnage. Lag speed increase from... Oh, that's good. So it's only 5 kilometers per hour less than the normal lag. And that brings the question, what the hell do you need a normal lag? At all. I don't get it. Alright, whatever. Part of legendary rarity, cannon, whatever. Now the Tsunami Shells have an additional feature. Okay, so they're really going through the massive buff to the Tsunami. And I think it's a complete BS, because the perk should be replaced by this one, not added. So now the Tsunami will have double perk. It will have the stacking charges for more damage and the piercing. That is absolutely insane. This officially makes the Tsunami much better than the Typhoon. Much better. If that's not the case already, honestly. Autocannon Cyclone, another nerf to autocannons because everybody used them. Reaper, more ammo. I like it. Maximum spread reduced, so it's more accurate and more ammo, and sorry for all this noise from those doggos. Flamethrower Draco, damage increase, flame speed increase. Okay, so a really good buff for the Draco. Ammunition, more ammo. Alright, electric gun assembler reduced by 5%, so little small nerf for the damage. A massive nerf to the projectile velocity. Okay, maximum charge spread increased by 10. Projectile speed. Bonus upgrades. Okay, so they are giving 4 nerfs to the assembler. 4 nerfs. Damage, double projectile speed, and maximum in spread. So accuracy, double speed, and damage. That's a huge hit for the assembler. Machine gun aspect, damage increased. So okay, they're buffing the aspect. Okay. I think it's fair, but would it make it viable? I don't think so. Rapid fire machine gun, damage increase, plasma pulsar, explosive damage reduced. So another nerf for the pulsar. I think this is the 5th time the pulsar gets nerfed in a row, like bum 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 bum. So less damage, less radius, less durability. Okay. Homing missile, hurricane. So buff. They're still gonna go with the buff. The same thing they did with the Pyre. I honestly don't agree. I don't like these weapons. And I don't think they should be on the game to begin with, but whatever. Tesla Emitter, Spark 3. Now the perk stacks up to 8 times instead of 12, so it... okay, maximum deceleration minus 50%. I'm not quite sure what was the number before that. I had the impression that the maximum deceleration was 50% as well. So that brings 2 options. 1, this is a nerf. 2, this is not a nerf, this stays the same. So if option 2 is true and this is still the same, that means that this is a buff, because now the perk will stack faster. So I'm not sure. The effect of the perk no longer increased the reloading time of the weapon. Okay, so this is a massive nerf for the Spark, because that was super powerful. And weapon hitting speed reduced by 33%, which means that you can spark people longer, for a longer period of time. Crossbow Toadfish, hit impulse reduced. That's a bummer, because I really like those memes builds that make your enemy fly away. Drone Annihilator, reduced durability by 10%, so another nerf to Annihilator. And that's all for these patch notes. If you wanna check that for yourself on the public test server, you can install by following those instructions here. The window for the testing is today, Thursday, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday on from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Universal time. So just adjust the time for your time zone. And that'll be all. Leave in the comments what you think about this sort of update. It's not confirmed yet. It's a work in progress. It's planned, balance, and changes mass testing. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and I see you next time.